All right, sweet. We're on then. What's motherfucker? You got a good topic for us to talk about?
No, I was hoping you did.
Well, I got a couple. It all depends on what you want to get into. How you feeling today? You feeling a little squirrely?
Always, always.
Always.
I mean, D's nuts, right?
All right. Well, I got. Okay. All right. I had a good topic, but I don't know if I can talk. I can't disguise the person that I'm talking about, so I don't think I can talk about
It's Drew,
that
isn't
one.
it?
No, it's a fucking crazy. It's a situation. Okay, I'm gonna try to be vague with it, but he just let me. Okay, I'll just describe the situation. We'll just move on with it, and I'm wondering how you feel about this situation too. So, this person, whom I know, got a friend request from another person who you'd think that they're kind of prickly with each other, right? And so the friend request on Facebook prompted him to go on like a midnight rant and pretty much disown everybody he knows and saying you're not welcome to my funeral. So
Fantastic.
so
Okay, someone's going full on scorched fucking earth.
right. So what I'm getting at is I guess when do we turn into these, like, we're calling ourselves old men right now, but what does it take for you to be like, don't fucking come to my funeral?
Honestly, very little anymore. I mean, so when you're processing out of the army, when they're doing all the paperwork, they're doing all the briefings, they're getting you basically prepped to reintegrate with society. They try to get you to tone down the acerbic nature that you've kind of grown into while in the army. You have very low tolerance for bullshit because that's all you constantly deal with is bullshit. So you got to get past it in order to get actually get shit done. But I mean, honestly, the amount of bullshit that people seem to be able to just arbitrarily pump out at any given time is absurd. So, like, honestly, if you're supporting the fuckery, well, then there's a problem. If you're supporting the fuckery loudly and in my face, that's an even bigger problem. So, yeah,
But okay, um what does it take for you to get to the point of, okay, let's just say your brother, are you ready to tell your brother, don't come to my funeral? Hang on, are you did you fall off? Because I see a disconnect here. Can you hear me?
still rolling.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear
You
you.
can hear
I'm
me? Okay,
still,
hang on one second.
I'm still rolling.
I gotta change my you fell off the
I've got the green light
shit.
with the thing there.
You fell off the video ninja, but I still have your signal. This is weird. All right, hold on.
That is incredibly weird.
Okay, yeah, you're not on VDO Ninja, but you're on my broadcast though, which is super weird. But now I got you. I had to just change my audio sources. This actually might work a little better. So okay, what does it take for you to tell your brother not to come to your funeral?
I think I already did, but not in so
Okay,
many words. So it, if somebody is a like a fair weather friend, just like they don't contact me unless they need something. That's the kind of thing that really it grinds my gears. So that's enough. I mean, that's genuinely enough.
is that offer extended to most of your family then?
Well, yeah, sadly enough.
Okay, so have we turned into bitter old men? This is just where we're
I
at.
bet, dude.
a lot more people
Grandma
can
said when I was
understand
a
this.
kid, and I was an old fucking man when I was a kid, man.
They can
So
understand this. Don't fucking come to my funeral aspect, huh? Because I mean, I here's the thing. I got that friend request too from this specific person. So I was kind of like, huh, that's kind of weird that this person is all of a sudden reaching out. But I didn't think too much of it because it just doesn't bother me. My dad, however, this is who we're talking about, went full scorched earth and was like, don't fucking come. Like, I don't want to hear from you again. I'm gonna, just fuck off. And when I'm dead, don't bother coming to my funeral as well. Right. So this is
is
this
it? So I guess, is this somebody I know?
it's somebody yeah, you know who he's talking about, but it just prompted him to write this email. And I looked at it and I go, wow, he must be really upset to write this email. It's either like a cry for help or he's just really fucking angry. But he's been
It,
angry. Like he just my dad's getting angrier as he's getting older. And it's just, to me, it's like there's stress there. There's so much stress there. And in some ways I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. I don't know who I'd invite
he's
to.
resentful of something, and I don't know why. But I mean, I, it can't be healthy, right?
Right, right. This is what I'm saying. So it's like, when do we become the bitter, angry old man?
I think it has to do with a lot with our blood pressure, our caffeine intake, and our ability to take a healthy dump.
Well, is it well, okay, so this is the other thing. Like, I'm like, okay, so is that like more of a cry for help too? Are you like, do you want attention, but you're just trying to be like, I'm angry at you? Because like sometimes it's like, look, man, I'm really pissed off at you. Fuck you, but you're still my brother, you're still my friend, you're still my pal, you're still my whatever, right?
He's past that point in life.
Right, right.
I
He's
mean,
like, fuck you,
so
don't fucking talk to me again.
when we were growing up, we were all really tight, and so we had that little bit of a social bond. I don't see that happening for like when my parents, your dad, and they don't have that anymore, and I don't necessarily think that they want it. I mean, just dealing with other people's fuckery is just not worth it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know why it has to turn into that. I guess I can see it. I can see it, but I'm still kind of confused on why it has to be that way in that sense. It's just,
It doesn't have to be that way, but I mean, it would depend on the situation.
get
So,
off my
like,
lawn is one thing, but don't come to my funeral. It's a
get,
whole, it's
stay
taking
off
it.
my lawn. Don't come to my funeral. I'm gonna piss on your grave if you go first.
Right, right, right. That's the aspect of like, fuck you. And if I find out you die, I'm gonna shit on your grave in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
what? So,
it's.
but with that, I mean, how much of that is a catharsis for, in this case, your dad? Just because he's known that he doesn't have to deal with this asshole anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's. I guess that would be a question we'd have to ask him to like really dig into it. I'm just, again, like thinking about the emotion. Well, not just the emotional, but like that deep, that deep,
But like,
deep seated.
is this like a Facebook status thing, or
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Okay, here's another thing. He's also been, and this is leads us to another thing. So he's got some high school friends, whom, and I know these people too. They're on the other side, right? We got the blue side, you got the red side, and they're on the
oh yeah,
little. They're leaning a little conservative, so they post conservative memes, and he gets into fights with them. Like, he gets banned from Facebook for like 5 days for getting into fights with these people, and I'm like,
attaboy.
you're, is your blood pressure okay, pops? Are you bored? Do you
Probably
need?
not. Probably not. I mean, uh, your dad, to be fair, has been through some shit in his life.
Yeah, and he gets stressed. He was so stressed that the guy had to get shots, medicine in the eyeball to calm down his blood pressure. That's how fucking extreme he was taking the stress. It's
Dear God.
it's a lot of stress that he takes on himself. So I mean, this is, I guess, this transition. You think you're gonna be that way when you get to like another 20 years from now? You think you're gonna take
I
your
don't see myself lasting that long.
ramping it up a notch? I mean, is that's the up a notch, right? That's turning into the get off my lawn. You're shaking a stick and trying to attack kids for.
Well, stick is minor. There's other things you could be shaking at them that they probably get more of a result.
Right, right, right.
But I mean, as an old man doing that, I'm, I'm thinking closer than that.
So you're already, because like I'm not there. I'm not there.
Dude, I don't like people driving by my house too slow.
I hold stand. Well, this is what I'm saying. You're describing. You're already there. I don't like people driving by my house too slow.
Or too fast, because if they're going too fast, they're making too much noise. If they're going too slow, then what the fuck are you looking at?
What are you looking at, you fucking looky Lou? I got a shotgun for your ass.
Going straight up Bill Burr on this shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. You just go fuck yourself.
Right. This is what I'm saying. You're already there. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm the guy who's like going, wow, that's extreme. But you're like, I understand it. I'm there.
I get it. I mean, there's a lot of fuckery that happens in this world. And when you've been around as long as they have, your tolerance is low.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then.
I mean, there are precious few people that I genuinely talk to on a regular basis. I got you, Drew, my parents to a lesser extent, and then and the wife on a daily, but that's it.
Do you suppose it runs in the family?
Yeah, Pops was kind of an asshole. I mean,
but
bless his heart, but Pops was kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well. All right. I guess we can figure out where it stems from.
I mean,
is that old school, or you think that's just a product of life and society in general?
It's a product of, I think, watching society kind of disintegrate and crumble before your very eyes.
But so okay,
so you can't hit the brakes. You can't go back. And so you're stuck in this cauldron of festering anal fissures, and you got nowhere to go.
But
so
society's not
cut the cancer off, man.
It's not really crumbling per se. It's just changing.
Have you seen it?
It's changing. It's changing from
for the better.
It's changing from our world look, just like when we were kids. It was changing from the previous, generation's world look. It's just changing. Actually, I got another good topic.
Maybe like the problem is partially that at this point we have seen so many different worlds. So we saw like late 80s, early 90s. We knew what that was like. We ran around without phones, ran around without internet, come in when it's fucking dark, drink water out of the fucking garden hose. We've been through all that. And now we're helicopter parents and fucking safe spaces, and nobody's able to take a joke. And it's
that actually brings me to my next topic, which was a random video that I happened to see.
Jesus Christ!
Well, let me explain the video before you get into it, because this is exciting. So the video it was a dad with a young kid. Kid was like, look, between 4 to 5, 6 years old, young kid. And there was a girl that was supposedly 11, 12, 13, old enough, almost as tall as the dad. The dad looked short, and these were, I think they were Indian, by the way, dots, not feathers Indian. And the dad was pissed off because this teenage girl was bullying his young son, right? And they were obviously John, but the girl, the young teen girl, was still running her mouth, being mouthy, right? And the dad's like, don't, leave my kid alone, basically. And the kid's like, okay, like just getting shitty with him. And he fucking slapped her, Now it's not his kid, right? It's not his kid. He didn't knock her out. He didn't like punch her. It was like a popped her. And they kind of censored it too, which was like, I mean, I get it, but
okay. So you can look at this from a myriad of different ways. Like, what would you do in that situation? Somebody's fucking with your kid. I'm sorry, that's my flesh and blood. You fuck with it, stuff's gonna happen.
Also though, you understand you were being a little shit, right? Let's say you were picking on a kid, being a bully.
Genuinely, you have to at that point.
And somebody pops you one, right? Because we're from a generation where it almost happened, right? You're talking about running around with cell phones, adults. Like, I remember specifically a story that my dad told me because he was part of the generation, bringing my dad back into this, where the teachers could pop you one. And he said he remembers the situation. He was in wood shop. He was fucking around. He fully admits, I was fucking around in wood shop near some machines, and whatever he did, it wasn't, kosher. And the teacher grabbed him by the ear and fucking yanked him. Like, just was like, get the fuck, right? And he goes, and I deserved it. Right? Somebody put hands on me, but I 100% deserve that fucking, ass whooping in a way. It wasn't even an ass whooping. I don't know. He goes,
deserved to get yanked around. I mean, the whole idea was to make him pay attention and like wake him up a little bit. Because if you're fucking around in wood shop, I mean, you got blades and you got fucking sharp shit.
Bad
implement death everywhere.
Bad shit can happen, right? So there's two perspectives in this, where it's like, number one, you have that. Where's that girl's parents? They should be disciplining her for not for picking on a young kid. Number two, that guy probably shouldn't be laying hands on a kid. But number three, somebody disciplining a kid in another sense is something that happens because, when kids are running their mouths and mouthing off, they got a lesson that needs to be learned. Now, should it have been an adult that smacked her? I mean, obviously we can go back and forth and say it's not proper, all this other stuff. It's a weird gray area because
you also got to take like the culture of where this occurred.
Exactly. Because I think they were all Indian. They were speaking English, but it might have been America, and then when, after she got popped, she was upset, crying, saying, call the cops and this stuff. Because, that's exactly what would happen. But in some
way, around and find out. I'm sorry.
Exactly. You're in that, find out, because I have I have been in situations where I wasn't, maybe slapped or anything, but just definitely disciplined by people that weren't my parents. I got hollered at, I got chased, or, there's circumstances where you were like, oh God, I shouldn't have been doing that. And I was like, if he had caught me, I would have got my ass beat, but he didn't catch me because I knew better to fucking run in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all had that disciplinary situation, which with a new generation, maybe they're not experiencing it. Or again, there wouldn't be video of us getting our ass beat back in the day. It just wasn't happening.
That was the other thing. Craig Ferguson had this special out, and he was talking about like some of the jokes that he would tell back in the day, just because society was so much fucking more different. Like, he'd be fucking canceled 17 times over. And so, like, I mean,
is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? I mean, like, being sensitive, or at least recognizing some components of society that need to change, is never a bad thing, right?
Well, no, I mean, there's always room for growth. Okay, I mean, and sometimes it's like, dude, it's a fucking joke.
So
depending on like,
does that tie
who you're hitting? Forgive the pun, punching up or punching down.
We're too soft, is what you're saying. We're a bunch of 10-ply little babies, is what you're saying. We're too soft. Kids need to get hit more. Is that what you're getting at?
These are not what I'm saying. Dear God, I cannot take you anywhere.
Is that what you're saying? We're soft. We're a soft generation.
Well, what is the phrase? Something along the lines of hard times create tough men create good times create weak men.
Weak men create hard times.
Right. So we're in that hard time caused by those
weak men.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, that's another good one. Do you think we're at hard times yet?
We were going pretty good for a while, and now we're kind of like we're right here on that roller coaster.
Have you
So it's
done?
where the things start slowing down, and you can kind of look over the end, but you can't see it. You can't see the bottom yet.
Because the track actually goes inverted, like it
Inverted,
goes
yeah, it
inverted.
just
So
sucks back in.
I've been on a
So
couple of those. Those are pretty fun.
so you're just sitting there waiting for the bomb to fall out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we're waiting for 2008 at the housing market again.
Have you been doomsday prepping then?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, okay. Are you prepared, or you got to do some more work?
Oh, definitely. There's always work to be done, but I
What's
mean,
okay? All right, hang on. Before we go into that, what is doomsday prepping to you? Having enough bullets, or is it like you got food and water and that sort of stuff?
you can't have one without the other. You literally cannot have one without the other because if you've got all the food and water in the world but no way to defend yourself, people are going to take your shit and you're going to fucking die.
Okay, all right. I mean that is legit, but I'm saying
But
like
if you have a gun, but you don't have food and water, you're going to fucking die.
you're gonna take
So
somebody else's shit. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you can try, but chances are pretty good if they're smart. They're armed too.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
depends on what area of the country you're at. Okay, where do you
well,
think?
if you can't tell, yeah, back there, we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Where do you think the demarcation, the new Mason-Dixon line, is going to be?
That's a rough one, man. That is genuinely a rough one because I don't think it's going to be like a north-south. I think it's going to be a regional thing, and it's pretty much going to be like where maybe county lines is going to be the thing because like it depends like your metropolitan areas. So all around Raleigh, that's going to be blue. But you set foot outside of Raleigh, holy crap, is it red?
Do you think like inner city metro, so like New York is going to split in half from Albany
Well,
eastward,
you,
westward is red, eastward, so like New York is going to be
so
split into New and then York.
if you look at it like the election maps, somebody keeps saying, "Man, fucking land doesn't vote." Okay, but I get that. Now, like population density is a thing, but at the same time, if you can't get out of the city because of the assholes on the outside that got you in a blockade, what do you do?
Right. Because I mean, look, back home, the western side of New York, they're pretty red. They're pretty conservative.
Hey, racist,
PA
racist.
PA is pretty red.
Racist.
PA is pretty conservative, right?
Very
getting
much, yeah.
getting through that half of, let's say, 86, 90 down. I mean, Buffalo might be a little more, they're going to be blue, but 90 down, 86 across,
Yeah,
80 across.
Buffalo's a specific and kind of an interesting situation, kind of like the whole Great Lakes area. So between your Western New York, your Ohio, your Michigan, Canada is right fucking there. So I mean,
I mean, there are Canadian rednecks though. There's a shit ton of Canadian conservatives that are right on that side of like.
yeah. Have you seen what is the Trailer Park Boys? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people just like that. I'm sure. Letterkenny.
They just talk funny. That's it. That's the only difference. They just talk funny. Okay, so I mean, this what
Give
I'm
your
getting,
nuts a tip, tip fucker.
what I'm getting at is it's just like if we're gonna draw this weird Civil War new demarcation line, I don't think it's gonna definitely be like cities are blue and everywhere else is red.
But it's not. It can't be that way. I mean, there's so much disillusionment and there's so much like disenfranchisement because like it's the haves versus the have-nots.
What if we
got
just
your fucking race wars? You got your culture wars.
what if we just say everybody who's red, raise your hand. Okay, you move south of North Carolina. You go down there, and everybody else comes up. What if we like take a 2 week period? We can start moving people around, shuffling resources, and then we can be like, okay, ready, game on. I'm on this side, shirts versus skins. You know what I'm saying?
So where you're going to fall into an issue with that is infrastructure, resources. Because, like, I don't know if you've ever been to Kansas. There ain't shit out there.
I bet.
You remember we drove through Kansas.
I've been to Kansas. I've been to Kansas.
I mean, there ain't shit there.
It's flat. It's real
But, like,
flat.
you go out here, I mean, there's lumber, there's water, there's food. It's a temperate climate. I mean, versus like trying to live in the South where there's fucking hurricanes and rednecks and gators.
Arkansas is getting denied that FEMA aid there, you know, and
Are they really?
Florida's looks like they're getting a little nervous for the hurricane season and the tornado season. You know?
As well they should be. As well they should be.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I saw the picture of the ports empty, like Seattle, and I was just kind of like,
yeah,
that doesn't look good.
Well, and then like I saw a post somebody put on fucking, I think it was Reddit, something along the lines of, would you look at this tariff charge on my fucking $600 Temu order? Who the fuck is buying $600 of Temu shit?
Well, I mean, if you can get it for cheap, right? That's what we've been kind of accustomed to. But the thing is that in my particular levels of experience, when you get something duty free, it's still your duty to pay those taxes. So it's like,
yeah, you said duty.
If you've bought stuff before like that, theoretically you've never been off the hook. You've never been even interstate commerce, right? You're theoretically
so like you buy a truck from Pennsylvania and drive it back to New York.
You're supposed to declare that, right? You are literally supposed to declare the difference and pay that difference in states or you know, New Hampshire is tax free, right? So you're supposed to say, well, I bought
Vermont too, I think.
$300 worth of shit there, and I owe this tax in this state as I bought it and brought it in.
I mean, back when Amazon was relatively new, they had that whole thing where like people weren't getting taxed.
Yeah. Well, because basically the internet was the Wild West until, you know, they really put a clamp on it, and now if it's under a certain amount, right? So
those were the good old days.
That was the gray area. If you sell under $100,000, you don't have to worry about that per se, right? Because you're not a threat to the big businesses and the tax that were
wondering where what that kind of monetary loss is.
Well, wherever it is, it's going somewhere, because like the people that are able to keep that money are spending $600 on motherfucking Temu to buy stupid shit. Okay, so don't
get me wrong. I've bought stuff off of Temu, I think twice, but like if I can. I mean, is it good stuff? Not particularly. It's this kitschy fucking.
I've gotten some good deals. Kind of I've gotten some good deals on stuff there, but a lot of times, in my opinion, it's like accessories. Like if you buy something on there, it's never the main item that you need to buy. It's always like the accessories to it that are reasonably true.
I don't know. I've seen full on turbo kits for fucking for LS. Fucking turbo kits.
I don't know if I'd buy bullshit. I don't know if I'd buy a turbo kit, but what I'm talking about is like, okay, you might not buy a computer on Temu or AliExpress, but you could buy USB adapters, mice, keyboards, that sort of shit, cables. I don't know about cables. I've seen a couple cables that are fucking crazy. I bought an IEC cable, which was a standard power cable, and I happened to cut it, I think, for some reason or another. And after I cut it, it was about pretty much 99% rubber with a maybe 1 to 2 tiny fiber strands going. And I'm like, that's 120 volts running through that cable. That's not good. That's not good. I mean, those strands were like, they were thinner than, you know, like Ethernet wire. You know how thin Ethernet wire is? Like, 24 gauge, maybe 32. It's thin shit. And that was 120 volts running through that. I'm like,
if you want to have your mind blown, like this is a nerdy segue. If you're not interested, just fuck off. So on the
we're gonna do it
inside,
anyway. That's what
we're
he's
gonna
saying.
do it. I'm talking about it anyway. On the inside of a fluorescent light is what's called the ballast.
Yeah,
It
I know what
takes your
those are.
line voltage and it converts it. It fucking does the thing for the light bulbs, and you get light. Those are some really teeny tiny fucking buttons. And like my previous job, we get 277 volts. Teeny tiny waves.
I mean,
it's enough to make your butthole pucker a little bit.
Yeah.
When you're up there trying to replace the thing with this allegedly circuit still hot
on a ladder, teetering.
No, on one of those fucking scissor lifts.
Oh, even worse.
Even worse. Yeah.
Even more fun.
You go down. People don't know how to run those things. They don't know how to get you back down if you get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, I get. Well, there's but I wouldn't expect.
It's sketchy when you see the inner workings, but somehow it's perfectly safe.
Is it perfectly safe, or we just do it anyway? This is where we're at? We're like, is that safe? Is that truly
YOLO.
safe? Or are we just like, that's the way it's done?
No, this is not how it's done.
Don't be a baby. Don't be a baby.
Don't hit your kids.
Don't be a baby. Don't hit your kids. Lest they deserve it. Maybe a cuff or two. Pat on the bottom.
Yeah.
Get them used to it. Okay. Get them.
If you don't do it, somebody else is going to, and they're not going to know how to act.
Right. Then they're going to be posting that shit on the internet.
Oh,
I don't have a good
or
answer
they're
for that
just
I don't have a good
on the
answer.
OnlyFans or something.